Suits, congratulations, through to round 3, 3-0 win over Daryl Gurney. Let's be over the moon with that one.
Yeah, delighted. And I felt in control of the game, but really, I think it was 3-2 every set. Yeah. But scrappy, but then all right, then scrappy, then all right. So Daryl's not playing the way he normally can, so it was a good chance to take the seed out. So I'm delighted over him. And,
you mentioned it was a game of fine margins, 9-6 legs, but you produced your best performances, your best legs in the biggest moments, which must please you, give you a lot of confidence.
I'm quite good at that. I think I've got a bit of resolve and a bit of dig about me, and I stand back and maybe take a couple of seconds extra, just say to myself, you need to perform right now in this leg, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm pretty good at turning up when I need to.
I think last year you took 144 to beat Mensa, 136 to beat Jose, today 160. What it is about the Ali Pali stage just brings the best out of you, these big finishes.
It's easy, isn't it? Do you know what? I've not played well on Ali Pali stage yet. I've still not played well. The guys, you guys see me on the Pro Tour and that, I've not even touched what I can play, but I think that the experience on the stage with lack of experience probably takes 10 points off your average. I want to be a 95, 97, 98, 99 average on there and playing well, but I feel like I've not played well yet. The big checkouts maybe get you out of jail a little bit.
And that win lifts you provisionally into the world's top 32. 2 years now on the PDC Tour, you must be so proud of what you've achieved so far.
Yeah, that's crazy. When you think about it as I say to you guys, I do it as a secondary sort of thing, as a hobby, and to make it in the top 32 in the world is mad. I'll need to go back to the house tonight and sit and look at the rankings and just take it all in, because at this minute it doesn't feel like I'm in the top 32 in the world, but obviously that's crazy. Absolutely love that.
And it's well documented, you're not the ordinary darts player, you know, you work as a firefighter. Most players will be going home now preparing for the third round. You're presumably going to be working over Christmas period.
No, I'm just going to go home and chill out for Christmas. No, I'm working day shift the 24th, day shift the 24th, night shift Christmas night, night shift Boxing night, and then travel back down here on the 27th now. So nice and easy, no? Chilled out schedule. Thank you.
So congratulations, your love affair with PDC darts continues. This crest of a wave you're riding, you must be glowing inside with what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I always suppress it and kind of push it down a little bit and sort of just go, yeah, I'm just here, just, you know, but that win there is probably bigger than last year. No, just going into today I was nervous. I'm not normally that nervous, but I was nervous playing Daryl because I know how good he is. But the first set he wasn't really firing. I thought, I've got a chance here. When I won the first set I thought, great. So Ali Pali, you know, it loves me, so I'm just going to keep trying to do what I can do.
You sat there and said you fancied taking him out, and you did. Like back up the words?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm not like that. I'm not normally bolshy and arrogant, and like, maybe came across that way, but I'm not like that. And I know I can play, and I know I can take these guys on, but if you can take the seed out on your route, then that's one seed out of the way. There's obviously more to come, but I'm absolutely buzzing to take out one of the seeds, totally.
You've got this mechanism where you say that you try and suppress it and don't let it out. When you go back, do you let that emotion out and do you look at things and take it all in?
I don't know, I'm pretty relaxed. I think, you know what, I'm 44 years old, I'm not a young kid coming up in the world like Josh Rock or that. I'm an old guy, you know, so I've been through a lot of stuff in life, and I think I can just put it down and just keep it there, and that probably keeps you grounded and makes you hungry to keep doing more, because yeah, getting to the top 52 in the world is amazing, but I don't want to stop there, you know, and even as a part-time dart player, I don't want to stop at 32, I want to go higher than that, so keeping it suppressed is very important.
This part-time dart player line that you keep spinning to us, obviously into the top 30 now, when does it become an issue being a part-time dart player in the rankings? Because the higher you go, you're potentially going to get selected for invitation events and everything like that, and then do you have a bridge to cross if that happens?
Nah, not at all. I think I've told you this loads of times, and my work have been great with me and given me these 4 days off to be here. I'm meant to be day shift today, my shift are at work today, so I think as long as the fire brigade are alright with what I'm doing and I pay the guys back when I need to pay them back, you know, I know quite a few guys, quite a few days, but I don't mind it, and I think I'm crossing every bridge as I come to it, and I don't ever look massively in front. I've told you before, I don't have a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan. I'm just looking at, I've not even started looking at January, February, March yet. This is just in the moment just now, so it's not an issue. My work is great with me.
So it's many congratulations.
Cheers, Phil.
You said to us previously, Suits, that if you had the time to practice like some of the top guys do, then you'd be able to beat them consistently. Is there any concern that you're not going to be able to get the practice for these big games?
Nah, not at all. I practice quite a lot at home, but probably not as much as what people think. You know, I probably practice 2 or 3 hours a day, and some days I don't practice because I can't. If I'm night shift, I maybe don't practice during the day because I have to do guide dog stuff or I have to work, or so it doesn't. I don't know. I said it before. I said it yesterday. If I practice more, but I think you need to dedicate a little bit more time. I think I probably realised that over the last 2 years. When I go to Pro Tours and get beat first round, you realise that you get found out pretty quick if you're not on it every single week. So,
yeah, I know last 16 was a real aim for you. Just one game away from that now. Would that be still the aim for you now? Have they changed?
I don't set targets for these kind of events. It's just try and beat the guy in front of you, and whoever comes through the game to play me, then if it's Danny Knocker, obviously I looked at the draw, but it doesn't bother me either if it's Danny. I'll have a go at him and see if I can beat him as well.
Lovely.
You mentioned guide dogs there, Alan. I think Amanda held up her phone and it's on Sky with I think it maybe Disco.
I seen it when I was getting interviewed there. Sport 1, the German TV channel, showed a clip of it. It was quite good. I was smiling loads at that. Yeah, of course, that's Amanda and I that's our whole life, you know. We dedicate a lot of our time to that side of guide dogs. So yeah, it was great to see that. It's really cool because Amanda's here as part of this journey. She's never at any other event. She's never been to anything else. Pro Tours, Grand Slam, nothing. So for her to come to Ali Pali and have a bit of time with me and enjoy the darts is great.
You waved goodbye to Disco. How emotional was that? But tell us what's going to happen with guide dogs after.
It's alright. Disco's away. She's in training. She's been there for 2.5, 3 weeks now and smashing it. She's going to potentially, I think she'll become a guide dog, but you don't know. You've got 4 or 5 months of training to get through first. So she'll become a guide dog, and then we've probably got, I don't know now, a week and a half till we get guide dog number 6. So we get a new guide dog in January, 6-7 week old puppy, and we'll start again.
In terms of the support, obviously you came out, it was a cauldron initially, but I noticed there was a pocket of Scotland fans and you gave them a nod during the game.
It was great, and you know what, I actually looked up into the big stand and I could see the Saltire and the St Andrews, and I was just like, yes. I've just seen it out the corner because I was getting a bit of abuse right at the start. You know, I'm wearing quite loud tartan trousers today, and I expect it, and I quite like it. But because I won the first set, they went quiet. I went quiet and went to the normal song, so it didn't feel like it affected me. But I did love seeing the Scotland flags in the crowd. Loved it.
Alan, must say that you talked about winning the big legs, your mental strength. Is that really part of your game? You've really starting to come to the fore now that all the things you've done in your life and all the things you've somehow got that extra edge over even the most professional guys?
Yeah, possibly, because a lot of these guys have not done anything like what I've done. You know, they maybe had normal jobs and then became doctors. So I feel like I've got that different sort of level of I can do something a little bit different. But big moments, Daryl missed a lot of darts at double, and I think when he does that, that's my chance to step in. That's when I sit back and say, right, come on, this is the time to step in and do what you need to do. A couple of good checkouts, 110 I think. I had about 3 or 4 chances to take that out, and it could have been done even quicker. But do you know what? Daryl's a great guy, and I'm glad I won.
And maybe that extra boost last night that a certain pop star is now following you on Twitter and is now your biggest fan. Is that
absolutely
of all the odd things we've heard at the Ali Pali?
Yeah, mad. And we actually watched it back in the house last night, and it's like, when you got asked, who you support, and you're expecting Peter Wright, Gary Anderson, and you're like, Alan Soutar, because last year you were great, and do you know what, that's cool. He's an absolute superstar in the music industry. So if we can link up, Lewis, I'll plug your new album for you as well.
Okay, thanks very much.
You had a bit of fun with a tweet with him this morning.
We done a little bit of photoshopping this morning and stuck a tweet on saying I was at Ali Pali with Lewis Capaldi, but it's just a bit of tongue in cheek, and I like my social media. I like a bit of banter and I like a bit of fun, so that's all it is.
Kevin. Alan. So I can. Okay. Alan, congratulations. You said it before. All 3 sets went the whole distance. What was the key point? The break in the second set to make it 2-0, maybe?
Yeah, I think if you get a break, the most important thing is to try and hold your own throw. And I think if you lose your own throw, you kind of, once you've broke someone, you're like, it's backfired on you. So it's quite important to break and hold your own throw. So if you can do that against a player like Daryl, then you're going to have a chance of winning every set against them.
You also talked about that it has not clicked so far at this World Championship in the first 2 games. What could be the reason for that?
I just think it's experience and the stage and getting used to it. There's been a lot of plus averages and low 90s, but these guys on the floor on Pro Tours average 95 to 105 a lot. It's just the stage, TV cameras, and just the whole furore around being on Sky Sports. You know, it's quite a hard thing to deal with, I think.
Not everyone in the crowd was that friendly to you today. How much did you realize from that? I think some of them even found it quite good to boo you afterwards. You shook your head, I believe. How much did you realize from all of that?
I let them boo. Do you know what? It doesn't affect my game, and they're paying for a ticket and they want to have a good day at the darts. But I did see a lot of. I stopped looking into the crowd actually because I was getting a lot of abuse from a lot of people further back in the seats. And I was like, I'm not going to look anymore. And I actually said this morning to my manager Paul, I was like, I'm not going to take the crowd on at all. But I can't help myself sometimes. I kind of get involved in it, and I kind of pick people out and try to, like the 180. I hit a 180, I think maybe in the first leg or the second leg, I can't remember, and I sort of gave it. I shouldn't have done it, but I just got carried away and I just got abused right after it. So I'm learning to try and suppress it and just go back, play your game, and try to ignore the crowd, let them have a party in the background.
I believe you had some struggles at the start or the middle of the year, but then came back nicely. What helped you to get back on track?
Yeah, good question. I did have quite a poor sort of couple of months, and there was a lot of stuff, you know. COVID last year was good for me because of big blocks of Pro Tours. This time it's been a lot harder to swap my shifts. So I keep saying it's easy enough to do, but it was a hard thing to do this year. And I went to Mission, my darts company, and they tweaked a little bit. I spent an hour with them changing my setup, and it just gave me a little boost. And then the very next Pro Tours I went to 2 quarterfinals, and I think that made me realise the setup I've got now is better than what I had before. So it's just confidence, and any player will tell you if you're confident going up there, your best darts might come out.
Last one from me. The other journalists already told you are now in the top 32. Did you already think about maybe getting Scotland's number 2 and the opportunity to play at the World Cup?
I've been thinking about it for 2 years, but it's not my decision, is it? Gary's still number 2 and he's a lot higher than me, so it just depends. I didn't get to play in it last year because, quite rightly, Hindle went to defend his title, and I was glad he did. But if I can play for Scotland in the PDC to back up what I've done in the WDF, then that would be an absolute massive moment for me. I would love to.
Okay, thank you. Good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.